Thank you all for being here tonight. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the prayer as we call the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Robert Holt, would you lead us in prayer, please?
Yeah, let's go. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight with grateful hearts. We're thankful for everyone who's able to make it to the meeting tonight. We just thank you for keeping folks safe during this weather event, Lord. We thank you so much for those who are out making sure that it happened, God. We just ask you to continue to be with our city leaders, God. Just give them the wisdom they need to guide and direct the city. Father, help us to be thankful for all the many blessings we have. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Robert. Item 2, approval of the minutes of the regular meeting, January 13, 2026. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? With none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Item 3, petitions and communications of the public and items from the audience tonight. We have anybody signed up? No one signed up. Item 4, reports of boards and committees. We have the Gatlinburg Convention and Visitors Bureau fourth quarter report. Presentation by Chad Netherland.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good.
I have a packet right in front of you. I'm going to skim over it. I'm not going to read it verbatim, but this is fourth quarter for the GCVB. I'm going to start with some of the marketing highlights. Gatlinburg.com this last quarter and then year to date, we've started to see a slight downturn in visitation to the website, mostly from AI-related scrapes, mostly from people searching various things. AI brings it up in various types, ChatGPT and whatnot. So traffic that's trackable into the website, you're going to see that going down quite significantly. Ours down right 6%. Average right now in some of the CVBs is as high as 30% decrease. So we're above the curve. Good news though, as you scale down, you see the Gatlinburg app is up 160% over the same quarter last year. We're starting to see more and more people that are using that app for planning. They're using it for attractions and dining when they're in the area as well. So on the next page, I'm not going to go through every one of these, but you can see the various types of breakdowns that we have from all the different devices that attach to Gatlinburg.com. Looking at some of our social media, Facebook and Instagram are our two largest reach this year. 1.1 million followers that we have. We gained over 20,000 followers just in the fourth quarter. And for the year, just on Facebook alone, we had a reach of over right at 96.6 million, which is a third of the U.S. population just on one channel. Continues to be the biggest thing that we do. PR for fourth quarter, we had quite a few things. We had 10 different interviews in multiple markets. We continue to be in our core markets, Knoxville, Cincinnati, Kentucky, Birmingham. That was just in the fourth quarter. A couple of influencers that we did have in the fourth quarter, some of which had over 2 million followers on that. So it's we're starting to see more and more influencers that come in and want to talk about their experience. Accolades for fourth quarter, the two big ones, the takeaway. Forbes did visit our Thanksgiving destination for special events. They highlighted our two special events that happened during the fourth quarter. And then Travel and Leisure did the most popular U.S. national parks, and included Gatlinburg Gazette. Travel and Leisure has a reach of about 37 million U.S. visitors that look at that each and every month. Quite a few other accolades as you go through. Switching over into the sales division, looking at the convention center in particular, building rent down just slightly 1%, food and beverage down just a little bit, building attendance flat to last year. Looking for 2020, looking for future business, we're up for building rent up about 5%. Future new convention center rent booked up 40%, looking at 2 and 3 and 4 years out. Which is going to be really good for us. We do have Monsters on the Mountain for 2026, so that'll help quite a bit. New estimated future attendance booked. We're up 23% on that, rounding out over 90 different leads that were distributed in the fourth quarter. If you flip over to the next page, you'll see events. We'll go a couple back. October special events, we had 48,000 people that came through the convention center. A list of some of our special events there. You'll see in the smaller print how many individual people and groups that came through the convention center. The big one was November and December. Obviously, the convention center had 66,000 people through the convention center during that time frame. And then as we round out the end of the year, December, we had 42,000 people through the convention center, but then we had the 50-year anniversary Fantasy Lights Christmas Parade, which had a huge attendance, followed by the New Year's Eve celebration, which honestly had some of the largest attendance I've ever seen. If you look at the page right past November, or December, you'll see this page here, which is a screenshot looking down from the Gatlinburg Space Needle on the crowd, which was spectacular. The next slide down, as you go through, that's just a breakdown of our Welcome Center. Look at some of the busiest traffic times. I'll only comment that we are kind of going back to normal, where you're starting to see visitation on Saturdays and Sundays. For a while there, you would see a Monday and a Tuesday would have more visitation to the Welcome Center than we actually did on the weekends. But that's kind of switched back the other way. If you look at the next page, you will see the quarterly breakdown of visitation to the Welcome Center. We were up 4.3% in October. November was down 6.3%, and then December was down. But we rounded out the year basically flat, down 0.1% for total visitation. Total revenue into the Welcome Center, $296,000, which is about right on par to what we did last year. And the very last slide that I will leave you with, it's a breakdown of the total GCVB expenditures. I will say that our mission is to market the city of Gatlinburg. Over 65% of all of our resources and all of our revenues went into marketing. And on that last slide, you'll see, just as a call out, payroll expenditures about 19%, which in our industry should probably be around 25%. So we've done a really nice job of trying to control all of our overall expenses so that we can maximize our marketing efforts. So that's it in a quick nutshell. Do you have any questions? Yes, sir.
On your influencers, because I know you rotate those
Yep.
quite a bit, are those mainly just on those people? Are they on all your social media platforms, or are they just on like your Facebook, Instagram? And when they go on, do you see a correlation when they start doing their influencing for Gatlinburg, whatever? Do you see those followers starting to increase? You know, where we got 20,000 gains in Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Do you see a correlation with that when they go on?
It depends. Like if we have a hero influencer, that's anybody that has more than 1 million followers. When they come to an area and they say they're here,
Yeah.
You'll see people that actually do that, and they'll click over and they'll start to follow. We make sure we have prerequisites of what they have to do. If we bring them in, they have to go to so many places, they have to tag so many things, they have to stick kind of to our agenda, especially if we're the ones paying for it. The larger ones, we do see a substantial amount of growth on
Right.
both those channels organically. The smaller ones that just kind of come in and out, it's great to kind of hit their audience. We don't see much gains on our side, but it's still it's one thing to say you're doing a good job. It's another thing that someone else is saying, hey, you should see them. So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks, Jay. Okay, we have two more items on reports of boards and committees, B and C. B is Police Department Accreditation Award presentation, and C is Police Department Employee Recognition. Greg, how do you want to handle this?
Yes. Chief Brown, would you please take the podium?
Sir. Chief Barrett's out of town, couldn't be here, so we'll take care of things. Gatlinburg Police Department is proud to announce that we have received our 6th consecutive accreditation award. We're the first agency in the state of Tennessee to receive 6 consecutive. We go through an accreditation review every 3 years. So in other words, we've been accredited for 18 years now consecutively. It's due to the dedication of the members of the department. Our accreditation manager, Megan Suber, she's here as well. And also here is Lieutenant Leah Loveday from Sevier County Sheriff's Department. She was one of our assessors that came and did our on-site evaluation and checked all the files and all that good stuff. So she's here. If you have any questions, anything you want to ask of her, she'll be happy to answer what she can.
Sure, Leah, if you would, please. Was Gatlinburg Police Department the first department in the state to receive accreditation in this?
Yes. Yes, they were a
Okay.
role model, yes,
Okay.
very role model for it.
So we don't need to recognize Chief Bracken's former.
He was a huge role player, huge. Thank you so much, Chief, for the introduction. On behalf of the Professional Standards Committee, we are one of the only sheriff's office in the state of Tennessee, Sevier County Sheriff's Office, that sits on that professional standards. It's primarily the Tennessee Association of Chiefs of Police. We're very honored to be a part of that. On behalf of Tennessee Law Enforcement Accreditation Program, it was my honor and privilege to present the Gatlinburg Police Department with their 6th accreditation award. This achievement, I want you all to know, reflects an ongoing commitment to professionalism, accountability, and excellence in service to the citizens and visitors both of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, the standards established under the authority of the state of Tennessee. I want to specifically recognize Accreditation Manager Megan Subert for her diligence and leadership throughout this very demanding process. There are a lot of proofs Gatlinburg Police Department has to prove. It's one thing to say that you do something, but you also have to prove it through police reporting, from ethics and character. I would like to also thank, in absence, Chief Barrett and also Chief Brown, who is here today, for setting the tone of leadership and vision that made continued accreditation possible. Most importantly, this award belongs to every member of the Gatlinburg Police Department. The assessors commended the agency for its professionalism and hospitality during our on-site review, being in full compliance with all 164 standards. Based on the department's demonstrated commitment, knowledge, and conduct, the assessors unanimously recommended reaccreditation. The 6th award not only affirms high standards, it reinforces the Gatlinburg Police Department's role model of excellence and continuous improvement in law enforcement. I would like to congratulate them on a well-earned achievement. I also brought a copy for you all to view their report. It's sort of an extensive report, but I wanted to be able to provide that to you all to take a look at it, so you guys can keep that for your city. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lee. Picture now, or go to the next presentation.
Okay, next is the Police Department Employee Recognition.
Okay, we have Philip Gentili. I believe I got that right. You did get it. Good deal. He is here. He is with the East Tennessee Elder Justice Coalition. He has an award to present.
Thank you. My name is Philip Gentili. I'm the chairman of the East Tennessee Elder Justice Coalition. I retired recently as a U.S. Postal Inspector here in East Tennessee and spent most of my career working on elder justice related prevention issues and investigations. So in June I onboarded with the coalition, and we decided that one of our initiatives would be to recognize law enforcement officers that go above and beyond when they work an investigation that involves an older, vulnerable adult. So we developed this challenge coin back in the fall, and on the topic of firsts, this is the first one we've given out. So I have a certificate here for Officer Josh Cole and for Detective Cindy Myers. They read the same, and I will read that and then present the challenge coin, this being the first time that we've done this, so just bear with me. So on behalf of the Tennessee Elder Justice Coalition and AARP Tennessee, I would like to extend our deepest appreciation for your outstanding service and dedication in assisting an older individual in your community who was a victim of an investment scam. And the next part is just a summary of that investment scam. The victim was contacted through Facebook by an individual using the name Ann Davis and was drawn into a fraudulent investment scheme. The victim initially invested $2,000 and was later persuaded to provide $200,000 in cash, collected in person by a purported company representative. The victim was falsely told the investment had grown to over $1 million. When he attempted to withdraw the funds, he was informed that $280,000 in taxes was required. Recognizing the fraud, the victim contacted the Gatlinburg Police Department. Initially, it was Officer Cole, who's not here with us today, but regardless, he's getting recognized. A controlled meeting was arranged, resulting in the arrest of the individual attempting to collect the funds, and the investigation remains ongoing. The letter goes on to say, your quick response, professionalism, and compassion not only prevented further harm, but also brought comfort and reassurance to someone in a very vulnerable moment. Investigations involving older adults can be complex and challenging. This commitment to protecting our elderly population demonstrates the very best of law enforcement. Through your efforts, you have not only upheld the law, but also exemplified the values of integrity, empathy, and public service we all depend upon. You are a credit to the Gatlinburg Police Department and the broader mission of safeguarding the citizens of your community, state, and country. Please accept this letter and challenge coin as a small token of our recognition and appreciation for your exemplary service. So obviously we're trying to use this as a catalyst to get more recognition for these types of investigations across the state of Tennessee. And we feel that this will go a long way to encourage law enforcement to continue working on investigations that involve older adults. So, Cindy, if you don't mind, if that reminds me. Back in the fall, we created this challenge coin. On the reverse, it says, "Wisdom is knowing the right path to take, and courage is taking it." And then we put our logo, our seal on the front side. It's the Elder Justice Coalition for East Tennessee. So thank you very much for your fine investigation. I appreciate that. And then this is the certificate and the letter that I wrote, that I read.
Okay.
So thank you. I don't know if we're doing. Are there any questions?
Do we have to submit these, or do you pull these arrests? How do you
That's a good
get
question.
knowledge of what this incident happened?
Several ways. This one was a news report that came out in the fall about this investigation, and we just instantly identified it as one that needed recognition. Another method might be through the chiefs of police or the Tennessee Sheriff's Association feeding us information about investigations in other parts of the state. As an example, hopefully next week we'll be in Nashville recognizing a couple of TBI agents that have a similar outcome on an investigation involving older adults. So, like I said, we're just hoping to get the word out there, and this is the first one, so pretty cool. Aaron, go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, everybody. I'm Aaron Bradley. I'm the director of the Area Agency on Aging and Disability based in Knoxville. The Elder Justice Coalition is part of our effort that we've been doing for 25 years. And I just wanted to say again, hey, Leah, I thought I saw somebody I knew in this room. The Gatlinburg Police Department has always, for many years, been very responsive in this space. And we're recognizing a couple of officers and detectives tonight, but I wanted to say to you, we have seen the Gatlinburg Police Department over the last 5, 6, 7 years step up in this space. $500 million, you probably won't believe it, $500 million is stolen every year from older Tennesseans, $500 million. David Rouse, we were in a meeting not so long ago, and David said it's probably north of that. You all see it. You've identified it as a priority. You're investigating it. I just wanted to say thank you very much for doing it. Thank you to the detective for chasing this down and helping this individual in Gatlinburg. We worked with Leah a number of times in Sevier County on very similar issues, and I'm sitting here, Leah, thinking there are 2 or 3 people in this room we need to recognize at some point, including you. But the bottom line is, this is what it takes for the local community to say to older adults who are vulnerable, we are going to look into these kind of cases. And I just wanted to say, Philip has been a phenomenal joy to work with since he's retired. I've known him for a number of years, and when he retired, guess who called him? You know, my dad told me a lot of important things when I was growing up and I was a young man, but he always said, find the people who are smarter than you are and hire them or get them involved. You all have probably had the similar advice. That's why Philip is standing here, and he has hit the ground running. This is an idea the coalition had for a number of years and really couldn't make it happen. Do you have an extra one of the coins that we could pass?
Yes.
Pass around with the mayor and the commissioners? We're very proud of this work, but we're mostly proud of what you all are doing to protect older citizens. Thank you, Mayor.
Let's get a photo shot.
Thank you.
Not kidding. Stealing money from.
My bad.
We'll just say. We'll just say.
What does it take to get a credit? That's what I asked that question.
It's basically, you got a set of notebook of standards you have to follow, and then you start doing them, and then after you, every 3 years, they come and make sure you're still doing them.
Is it list like 500 things or something?
There's 164.
That's what she said, that's what that was. So that's what you have to.
That's what you gotta do, those 100.
If you get 162 or 160, you still can't do it. Yeah.
Brandon, didn't we start out federal? Did we start out as a federal and then the state?
Sir?
Did we start out as a federal agency?
International, yeah.
And then the state came up with it. Okay.
Next item on the agenda, item number 5, city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. Let me take this opportunity to thank our tireless work of many of our city departments and employees for their hard work during the recent winter event. I want to especially thank our street department who have worked tirelessly around the clock since Friday evening. Also, our public safety employees in the police and the fire department responded to numerous calls for service during the winter weather event. There are also countless other employees from the departments who worked throughout the weather event as part of the city's response to the storm. So thank you to all the men and women who did such a wonderful job during the storm. As we've celebrated our police department with their reaccreditation honoring department employees this evening, thank you to the men and women of the Gatlinburg Police Department for their efforts to keep our city, our residents, and visitors safe. Thank you to all the Gatlinburg Police Department, Megan, Leah, and team. Also, thank you to Cindy and Josh. Let me announce that the Gatlinburg City Hall and administrative offices, including the Customer Service Center, will be closed in observance of the President's Day holiday on Monday, February the 16th. These offices are scheduled to reopen on Tuesday, February the 17th at 8 a.m. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Greg. Item 6, old business, we have none this evening. Item 7, new business, A, ordinance number 2649, amending ordinance number 2640, the caption of which is an ordinance making and fixing the annual appropriations for the several departments of the city for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026. This is the first reading. Do I hear a motion?
Motion. Second.
Any discussion on this? With none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Item B, resolution number 1038, a resolution declaring the intent of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Gatlinburg to consider the adoption of a commercial property assessed clean energy and resiliency CPACER program. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Can we have some discussion on this, please?
Yes, Mayor, this is something the city first looked at in 2021. That's kind of a program that's matured a lot since then. We have Christopher Jones here with us with Tennessee PACE. And basically what we have tonight is 2 items. One of the items is the intent for the city to allow for this type of program within our jurisdiction. And he can mention more about it, but basically it's a way to get favorable financing for energy efficient construction or upgrades. The city attorney and I looked through a lot of the legislation that the state has, and we've talked more than once with Christopher Jones here, and basically he represents a lot of people that are doing this. I mean, there's some folks in the area like Knox County, Chattanooga, I think Rutherford County is one of the most recent ones. Some metro governments, we would be the first ones in this area to do this, and basically it's something that we just enable, and they would be the administrator if you so approve. So, Chris, do you want to come and just mention a minute or two about what this could do for our community?
Sure. Thank you. All right, thank you all. Good to see you again. This is something that is for the private property owners, and I assume that you all have seen some of the material on this before, but basically this is for private property owners, commercial property owners, not single-family residential, just to put that all in context. But basically the developers, and just as an example, if there's a new construction, hospitality hotel, the CPACER financing can be
up to 25% of the capital stack, and they're able to get long-term financing up to 30 years for that portion at a much lower rate than like what preferred equity is out on the market. Also, just to kind of make clear with regards to the role, so as your administrator, I am the one, your company is the one that's facilitating all of the parties involved. So those are the private lenders. So as far as the local government, you're never asked for any funds to fund anything. This is, at the end of the day, just a simple pass-through assessment, special assessment that's added to just the parcel of the property that's being asked for this type of financing. There are private energy auditors that are out there, and so as the administrator, we review all of that when a full application comes in, and then once an application is reviewed, then it would come back into the city, whoever's going to be deemed the one to actually sign the assessment agreement, and then at that, it's the financing is here. It's an option for developers, really kind of falls under the economic development umbrella, if you will. But on a go forward, the actual PACE lenders themselves, they actually bill and collect just this PACE special assessment. So there's no administrative burden on the city to do that. And then there's really nothing else to do until the next project, comes in. But like I said, it definitely is across the country and in Tennessee now here for 3 or 4 years that's been active. Definitely a favorable financing for development projects in particular. One last thing is that it also can be used on existing buildings. So if there was an existing, let's just say, hotel, and they wanted to do major renovations that have an energy efficiency or water efficiency, they can use this type of financing to do that. And again, the special assessment is the repayment mechanism on just that property. So hopefully that all makes a little bit of sense, but I'm happy to answer questions or.
Any questions?
This has been reviewed and recommended from our city attorney, Mr. Bob Vance, and also finance director, Robert Hull.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Thank you, sir. With none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Item C, discussion and consideration of entering into an agreement with Midwest PACE Services LLC, doing business as Tennessee PACE, to serve as administrator for the proposed commercial property Assess Clean Energy and Resiliency C-PACER program. Do I hear a motion? Motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? With none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Item D, discussion and consideration of declaring certain city items as surplus. Do I hear a motion? Motion.
Second.
And Robert?
But the main item on here, this is something we do occasionally. We just have several items here. The biggest thing is the asphalt roller. We have from the street department and some equipment from the service center and the rec department. And these will be handled like we usually handle them on gov deals, etc.
Thank you, Robert. Any further questions or discussion? With none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Unscheduled items, we'll start with Commissioner Brackens.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to thank all the city employees for the good job they've done the last few days, and also I'd like to extend a thank you to the police department for continuing their professionalism and dedication to further education. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Randy. Commissioner Reagan.
I also want to commend the street department. I got out Sunday and drove down through the back roads of Glaze and hit Birch Creek and Pittman Center Road and everything, and they were good, but ours was better. Our roads were good, so I was going to say we did an excellent job in that. So, and congratulations to the police department as well.
Vice Mayor Smith.
Thank you to the road department. It's living up on a mountain. It was nice they did a great job, so thank you very much.
Okay, and I'll just ditto everything that's been said, and with that, ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second. All in favor to adjourn, say aye. Aye. We are adjourned.
We have a beer board.
Okay.
So I'll call the beer board meeting to order, and in your package you'll have the September 16 minutes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the September 16th beer board minutes.
So moved.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor to approval of the minutes indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Old business, there is none. New business, and all these 6 items of new business on the agenda, all pertaining to Westgate Resorts due to an owner named being placed on the permit. So, and we have received all the items that goes with these permits. So, item A, discussion and consideration of approving an off-premise beer permit for Westgate Resorts Ltd. DBA The Mountain Top Pool Bar located at 915 Westgate Resort Road. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Item B, discussion consideration approving an off-premise beer permit for Westgate Resorts Ltd. DBA Smokehouse Express located at 915 Westgate Resorts. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Item C, discussion consideration of approving an on-premise beer permit for Westgate River Terrace LLC, DBA Westgate River Terrace located at 240 River Road. There's a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Item D, discussion consideration of approving an on-premise beer permit for Westgate Resorts Ltd., DBA Westgate Smoky Mountain Water Park located at 106 Westgate Way. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Item E, discussion and consideration approving an on-premise beer permit for Westgate Resorts Ltd. DBA Westgate Resorts located at 915 Westgate Resort Road. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second, and any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Item F, discussion and consideration of approving an on-premise beer permit for Westgate Resorts Ltd. DBA Southern Comfort Restaurant located at 915 Westgate Resort Road. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Motion is second. All in favor of adjourning indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Awesome.